Some villages seem as though they were painted into existence. Places where colorful facades reflect across quiet canals, castles rise above forest-covered hills, and flower-filled streets wind beneath centuries-old towers. Villages where every corner feels pulled from the pages of a storybook. And before this journey ends, you'll discover the destination that may be the closest thing Europe has to a real-life fairy tale kingdom. Across Europe, hidden among mountains, lakes, forests, and ancient valleys are villages that feel untouched by time. Some are guarded by medieval castles, others sit beside mirror-like lakes or behind towering medieval walls. But one destination stands above them all. Not simply because of its beauty, but because it feels like stepping directly into a dream. Let's begin our journey through the 10 most fairy tale villages in Europe. Europe is filled with extraordinary places, but few capture the imagination quite like its storybook villages. From cobblestone lanes and flower-covered squares to lakeside reflections and castle-crowned hills, these destinations feel as though they belong in another world. This is our countdown of the 10 most fairy tale villages in Europe. Pressed between dramatic cliffs and the Meuse River, Dinant looks almost impossible from a distance. Colorful buildings line the waterfront, while the towering citadel watches from above, creating one of Belgium's most striking village settings. As evening light settles across the valley, the entire town seems wrapped in golden warmth. Dinant feels less like a village built by people and more like one carved directly into the landscape itself. Extending into the blue waters of Lake Garda, Sirmione greets visitors with castle walls rising straight from the lake. From above, Sirmione reveals a maze of terracotta rooftops, ancient stone walls, and Lake Garda stretching out on every side. Surrounded by shimmering reflections and Mediterranean light, the village feels effortlessly romantic. It is the kind of place where every turn reveals another postcard view. On the eastern shore of Lake Como, Varenna offers a quieter kind of magic. Pastel homes cling to the hillside above the water, while narrow pathways lead toward hidden gardens and lakeside promenades. Morning mist often drifts across the lake, softening the entire landscape into something dreamlike. The result feels timeless, elegant, and deeply peaceful. Few villages embody the fairy tale atmosphere of Germany quite like Cochem. Half-timbered houses line the Moselle River, while a magnificent castle rises above vineyards and forested hills. From the castle walls, the view unfolds like a medieval painting. With its winding streets and dramatic setting, Cochem feels as though knights and storytellers could still be waiting around the next corner. Known as the Venice of the Alps, Annecy blends mountain beauty with storybook charm. Crystal-clear canals weave through colorful streets overflowing with flowers. Bridges connect centuries-old buildings, while alpine peaks rise beyond the rooftops. The combination of water, architecture, and mountain scenery creates a setting that feels almost impossibly picturesque. And yet, the most magical destinations are still ahead. We're only halfway through this journey. So far, we've explored castles, lakes, rivers, and mountain villages, but the villages ahead take the fairy tale atmosphere to an entirely different level. Perched high above rolling green valleys, Gruyères feels frozen in another century. Its cobblestone main street leads directly toward a hilltop castle overlooking the surrounding countryside. Flower boxes decorate nearly every building, while distant mountains frame the horizon. There's a quiet elegance here that makes the entire village feel like a living storybook illustration. Bruges is often called one of Europe's most beautiful cities, yet parts of it feel remarkably village-like in atmosphere. Medieval towers rise above winding canals, while horse-drawn carriages move through ancient streets. At sunrise, soft light reflects across the water, transforming the city into something almost unreal. Every bridge, square, and canal seems designed for a fairy tale, but the strongest destinations are still waiting. Now, the countdown enters its final chapter. These next villages aren't simply beautiful, they are the destinations that define the very idea of storybook Europe. A lake, an island church, a medieval castle. Few places combine iconic fairy tale elements as perfectly as Bled. The emerald waters reflect surrounding forests and mountains, while the church rises from the center of the lake like something from legend. As morning fog drifts across the water, the entire scene feels suspended between reality and fantasy. Bled isn't merely beautiful, it feels enchanted. If Europe has a real-life storybook village, Colmar makes a compelling case. Colorful timber-framed houses line flower-filled canals, while narrow streets reveal one charming scene after another. Every season transforms the village into something magical. Spring brings blossoms, summer brings color, autumn brings a softer golden glow to the old town, and winter turns the entire village into a fairy tale wonderland. Yet even Colmar cannot claim the top position. Hidden among forest-covered hills outside Lisbon lies a destination unlike any other in Europe, a place where colorful palaces emerge from the mist, where ancient castles crown the mountain tops, where enchanted forests seem to hide secrets beneath the trees. Sintra feels less like a village and more like an entire fairy tale kingdom brought to life. The vibrant towers of Pina Palace rise above the forests like a dream. Moorish fortifications trace the ridgelines. Hidden gardens and secret pathways seem to appear around every forested corner. What elevates Sintra above every destination on this list is not just its beauty. It is the feeling that anything might exist beyond the next hill. Among all of Europe's storybook villages, none captures the imagination quite like Sintra. From lakeside reflections and medieval castles to colorful canals and enchanted forests, these villages reveal a side of Europe that feels almost impossible to believe. Each offers its own version of fairy tale magic. But if there is one destination that truly feels like stepping into another world, it is Sintra. Which of these fairy tale villages would you most want to visit? Let us know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through Storybook Europe, be sure to subscribe for more cinematic travel discoveries from around the world.